Whoosh. Whoosh. Today I'm going to be demonstrating the combination that Yair Rodriguez used in his fight against BJ Penn. Migrate front kick set up for that straight punch, right? It could also be a hook punch also. It all depends on the situation that you're in while fighting your opponent, what your opponent gives you, right? So if you notice here, I'm executing the front kick, putting the foot forward, then punch, right? There are different variations of doing this technique. Yair Rodriguez was in an orthodox stance, fire the front kick from the back leg, then put the front kick forward, then hit with a straight punch. Yair Rodriguez had to make some adjustments after throwing that front kick because the front kick didn't connect directly. Then he came down into a punch. So he had to squat a little bit to execute that punch. His punch was kind of a straight punch with a little slight curve to it, right? But he had to dip a little bit because BJ Penn was coming forward. So it all depends on what your opponent gives you. Your distance in range and timing is very important. So you might need to make a step backwards to execute that front kick, then follow up with a punch. Or you might need to come forward with the kick, then follow up with a punch. You can strike with the front kick, then follow up with a punch, or you can use the front kick as a feint to set up the punch, right? This is my actual form for this technique. Remember, you might need to make adjustments depending on what your opponent gives you. You might need to move back on that punch, or you might need to move back on the front kick. So your distance in the range, and especially your timing, is very important, right? If you notice here, when I'm throwing the front kick, I'm sliding a little bit forward. As I said, your timing, your range, distancing is important. So as you pop that front kick, you're already moving forward with that punch. You don't want to leave any opening between you and your opponent because he can counter you. That's where the distancing is coming to play and your range. So as you pop that front kick, you want to be almost in his face, right? If you notice here, I'm popping the leg back now. So I'm in an orthodox stance. I fire the front kick and bring it backwards. It's a different variation. If you notice, I'm kind of going backwards with the punch a little bit. It's kind of a feint with the front kick, as I mentioned. It all depends on what your opponent gives you. So I'm not leaving any openings there. I'm not pushing myself too forward. I'm popping the kick back and then hitting with the punch. This variation is great if your opponent is chasing. Then you would just counter. Pop the front kick. If the front kick doesn't connect, he's going to run right into the punch, right? Because you're going backwards or laterally. He's chasing you. This is a similar version that Yair Rodriguez executed. Bam, front kick drop in front. So when he throws the front kick, drops in front, and he comes with a punch, right? As I said, you could connect with the front kick. If it does connect, that's great. But Yair Rodriguez didn't really connect flush with that front kick. That's why he had to dip a little bit to execute the punch. He had to angle himself a little bit because BJ Penn kept on coming forward after he got hit with the front kick. So the punch was a counter, right? As I said, you can hit with the front kick. If you don't hit, you can use the front kick as a setup for the punch. And it all depends on your distance and your range also of your opponent, where your opponent is. Is he going backwards? Is he coming forward? It all matters for you to execute this technique. If you notice now I'm in a southpaw stance, I'm popping that front kick from the front leg. So my lead leg is just throwing the front kick up and I come with a punch. As I mentioned, your front kick can be a setup for that punch, right? Or you can actually hit with the front kick and knock out your opponent. All depends on what your opponent gives you, what position you are in, the distance in the range of your opponent. Unexpected moves are hard to counter. The technique, the move you don't expect, you don't see, will do the most damage. Always be unpredictable.